It's a disgraceful trial put forward by an attorney general who's corrupt. And we're going to be here for months with a judge that already made up his mind. It's ridiculous. He's a Democrat.
Former President Donald Trump could be losing some of the things that brought him to fame in the last several decades, his ability to do business in the state of New York and his numerous prized properties.
The civil case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James began today. It accuses Trump and his company of deceiving banks, insurers, and others by misrepresenting his wealth and financial statements. He's accused of claiming high value on his properties, but when it came time to pay taxes on those values, the paid fees wouldn't match at all.
Trump lashed out at the process before heading into court this morning. And this is a live look inside the courtroom in New York City, where Trump has been all day. He arrived to court just before 10 o'clock.
They waste their time on this with banks that were very happy. They got all their money back. They weren't defrauded. I've been defrauded. And we're wasting our time on this trial with a Democrat judge from the clubhouses. It's a disgrace. They ought to look for the murderers.
All right, a pretty upset Donald Trump there. Let's go ahead and bring in Chief Legal Analyst here for Queen City News, Khalif Rose, talk more about this.
All right, so Khalif, what's Trump's case here?
Well, this case is fraud. It's fraud, fraud, fraud. I mean, and so as he already mentioned, the judge has made his decision. He's made a decision. He was charged with 7 counts. The judge found last week that he was guilty of 1. And the judge said this is a papers document. His attorney today tried to get up and make arguments about, well, we have different, evaluations and allow us to bring in these witnesses. He said, you can bring in as million witnesses as you want. I'm paraphrasing, but they won't change the fact that this is all about papers. Either the papers show that you guys lied or they didn't. And in this order, the judge said that Trump's team estimated or overestimated their assets. And one time, he used italics and said 2,300% higher than any assessor would have ever assessed that property. 2,300% is a lot. Now, if you're doing that in your benefit, that would clearly show that there was fraud taking place, and that's what the judge said. Today, we're just here to try to figure out, in this duration of this trial, we'll only be figuring out how much he'll have to pay back.
Yeah, you're talking lots of money, millions and millions of dollars when it comes to his type of property. He said this trial is going to last for months. Could it take months? And will he be there?
It's expected to go until December. That's what they announced today in court, and I anticipate that it would. If we're trying to bring in experts to talk about evaluations to determine what that amount should be, Letitia James and her team is saying we want at least $250 million back, a $250 million. Michael Cohen earlier today said it could be $600 million that he'd have to pay back. Now, the problem with any of those numbers is it should be a drop in the bucket to a billionaire, so it won't put him on into the food line of being hungry, but it will take a tarnish to his background, to his name. You can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And if your name is coming off of all these buildings, Trump Tower, Trump Plaza, all these places that have plastered your name, and that's your raise to fame, is saying that I've made it there. Well, actually, you made it there based on fraud. I think that will tarnish at least his pride, and that's why he's there today. And in the other case, he said, okay, I'll delay, or I won't even appear. But now he's like, no, I'll show up, and I'll meet you guys head on to stand for my name and my pride.
Well, so you mentioned some of the things that would happen if he were to be found guilty, but what else could happen? Especially, we've got a presidential race coming up.
Well, not being able to do business in the state is a major blow for him. I mean, that's the epicenter of the Trump organization. And so, for sure, that would be the major portion. But I think this has given us some foresight into what can happen in the next few months, next year, all the way. I mean, he has 4 pending trials right now. And so if he'll be there for at least until December, and next year he'll probably be in a trial in a different state every other day, it's going to be extremely hard for him to campaign at all. I mean, before when we talked about it, when he was showing up at 1 or 2 indictments, showing up to 1 or 2 hearings, and having a press conference on the runway, that was one thing. But he's been in court since 10 o'clock. It's 4. This can be every day.
We're getting this a good perspective now of what could be going forward here over the next year. Chief Legal Analyst, thanks for sharing that perspective and also getting us to all start thinking that song New York, New York right now after that.